1, 2, 3, 4. I can buy myself lawsuits. That is the song that Miley Cyrus might start singing because she's being sued for allegedly copying Bruno Mars's hit song When I Was Your Man, in the form of her song, which won her first ever Grammy, Flowers. Listen, guys, when the news first broke, I gotta admit, I said, well, I knew this was coming. Of course it would happen, right? Like, to me, when I first heard Miley's song Flowers, I didn't even I didn't get attached to it like that, because to me it felt a little bit like a ripoff of Bruno Mars's When I Was Your Man. And then it reminds me of when there was Neo. He had his song, he had just debuted. His song was called So Sick. And then there was a woman who released the ladies' version of So Sick. That's what Flowers felt like to me in response to When I Was Your Man. So at first, I wasn't ready for it, but then eventually, from hearing it all the time on TikTok, I got into the song. But I never forgot that it did sound an awful lot like Bruno Mars's When I Was Your Man. And it sounded like it was actually even, able to go so viral because it reminded people so much of that song that we all knew and loved. So one thing I got to point out that's rather interesting about this lawsuit is that Bruno Mars is actually not the one suing Miley. That's the interesting part, you guys. It's actually a company that goes by the name of Tempo Music Investments, and they say that they own a share of the copyright for Bruno Mars' song When I Was Your Man. So shout out to TMZ.com for getting a copy of this lawsuit. They say that there are many musical similarities between Miley Cyrus's song Flowers and Bruno's I Was Your Man, that it has to be the result of Miley, quote, intentionally copying Bruno. So when they provide specifics about what the similarities are, they point to the melody, harmony, and chorus in Flowers, saying that they are substantially similar to the verse in When I Was Your Man. And they also say that Miley's song copies the chord progressions and mirrors that some of the lyrics do, which we already know, right? I would love to play Bruno Mars' song, and I would love to play Flowers too, but YouTube would strike my video and block it. So I'm going to have to clear my voice and do this for you guys. I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to everybody because all you wanted to do was dance. So blah, 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 right? So now in Miley's song, Flowers, forgive me, you guys. Please, 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 you guys. Forgive me for the singing, for the singing that I just did. I did my best. Isn't that all that counts? So now when we get to Miley Cyrus's version, what does she say? I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand. And then she talks about how she can hold her own hand, which are, obviously in reference to what Bruno Mars was saying in When I Was Your Man, right? I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Miley's saying, I can buy my own flowers. I can hold my own hand. So yeah, in my opinion, they definitely do have a point here. They have a case, and it's looking a little hot for Miley. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Will she settle? Will they go take it to jury trial? I don't know, but this is going to be a case to be followed. That is for sure, you guys. Now, something that shocked me when I saw the article about this lawsuit was that Bruno Mars' song When I Was Your Man came out a decade prior to Flowers. How old are we getting? Every year I just feel the same, but then you find out that things happen that you feel like just are recent. We're like a decade old. What's happening, you guys? Life is going by too quickly. It's starting to freak me out. Okay, so are there any more pieces of information to glean from this entire story? Yes, of course there is. Now, Tempo Music is saying that it's, quote, undeniable based on the combination and number of similarities between the two recordings that Flowers would not exist without When I Was Your Man. Sorry, I love Miley. I love Pilates Miley, but I think they're right. These lyrics were in direct response to When I Was Your Man. And with that being said, in my humble opinion, Flowers would not exist without When I Was Your Man, just based off that alone. Okay, you guys. They also say that Miley, her label, and her producers all had access to Bruno Mars' song, which is true. It was a major, major smash hit. Everybody heard it, especially everybody in the music industry, I'm sure. And, I'm sure they could probably pull up Bruno Mars performing the song in like award shows where Miley was present as well, right? And they're going after Miley for money. They want her to be barred from distributing or performing Flowers. Listen, that is her most recent smash hit. So for Miley to not be able to perform that song would be huge. I wonder if she's going to get an emergency injunction or, suspension or a restraining order or something like that in order for her to be able to continue performing that song for now while all of this plays out in the court of law. Like I said at the top of this video, Bruno Mars is actually very interestingly enough, not listed as a plaintiff. Okay, you guys. So he's not the one actually responsible for this. It's a company that owns part of the copyright. Bruno Mars is not the sole owner of When I Was Your Man. And, so will he get roped into this? Pretty sure he will. And now in being roped into this, would he go ahead and join in to that lawsuit or file his own? Only time will tell. And I'll tell too. So make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that you can be provided with another update as soon as it comes out. Okay, you guys, that's all for now. Let me know what you think in the comments and I'll see you next time.